Southampton 2, Arsenal 1, and what do I say? I'm not I'm not surprised, which is probably the worst bit really of this. I'm not really surprised. I guess the best way to explain my current state is I'm disappointed. Not surprised, angry, but mostly disappointed. And I guess it's disappointing in a way that I expected this, or I expected something like this, and I wanted us to try. I wanted us to try and go and win the game and play some decent football, but we can't do that. We can't do that under Arteta. Arteta doesn't let us play football. These tactics that Arteta has now, we have to hold it into account. We've got to hold this manager accountable now, because I'm starting to ask some serious questions, and these questions have to be asked. And if there's any Arsenal fan that isn't asking questions now, I don't know what you're doing with your time. Because these questions, they're uncomfortable, but they have to happen now. Because what was that we saw? How can we have a Carabao Cup upset, losing the Carabao Cup final and playing an absolute bag of shit, where not one player I can really look at and say you did decently, and then you come over a few weeks later after international break, you should be freshened up. You've got your manager sitting here saying that there's going to be fire in our bellies, that we've got to play to our heart's content, that we're going to play free flow, that we're going to really fight for it, and that's what you show up with. I don't know what's going on with this Arsenal team now. I mean, I'll state this now. These tactics do not work. The tactics I am firmly against, and I've always been against these tactics. I don't even know what the tactic is half the time, but still. I can't understand Arteta and why he is so negative. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Backward, sideways, backward, sideways, backward, sideways. Maybe we'll go forward every now and then guess what? More backward, sideways football. I can't understand. Why? Why are you like this? It's just, there's nothing else to say anymore. There's nothing else to say other than the tactics are shit. Arteta's got to learn. But I think there is one thing to say about Arteta. He doesn't learn. He's incapable of learning. It's not in his DNA to learn. And because of that, it's costing us important football games. It's costing us domestic trophies like the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And in the worst case scenario, it could very well cost us the league title. And I wouldn't be surprised if we fuck that up too. Because look at the difference right now between Arsenal and Man City. Man City absolutely thrashed Liverpool 4-0. We managed to somehow lose against fucking, what's their face, Southampton. That's it. And this is no disrespect to Southampton. Southampton were the better team. They were the better team. They've gone on to Wembley. Congratulations for that. And I genuinely hope, to Southampton, I genuinely hope you go on and win it. Please win it. From an Arsenal fan to whatever Southampton fan there may be out there, please go out and win. But I have to hold this Arsenal team into account. I didn't think we played all that great. Ben White had an absolute catastrophe of a football game. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But what else do you say? It feels like we've said it all now. I've consistently said this time and time again. Tactics are shit. Manager's frustrating me. The football's not footballing. Why doesn't Arteta, with this great squad that he has, if he's got such a great squad, one of the best squads in all of Europe, why doesn't he just get these football players and just say, all right, go out there, play a game of football? That's all he's got to do. All he has to do, but he refuses. And I want to look one second. I want to look at these stats, because these stats are very telling to me. Shots, total shots, we've had 23 total shots, they had 8. Shots on target, only 7 compared to their 4. Shots off target, 6 to their 3. They hit the woodwork once, we didn't hit the woodwork at all. Shots blocked, 10. We had 10 shots blocked, they had 1. Big chances missed, 0 to their 1. We didn't create any big chances, that's the fact. Touches in the opposition box, and this is probably one of the two most important most telling stats right now. 60 touches in the opposition box compared to their 20. Think about that for a second. Why do we have so many touches in the opposition box, but yet it never feels like we really have an opportunity? And then, of course, corners. And the corners were a travesty. We had 9 corners, they had 4. And almost every single one of those corners, I wanted to throw my controller into the bloody screen. Why did we take so many short corners when we're meant to be the corner kings? We're meant to be the set piece team, where if you concede a corner against us, is the equivalent of conceding a penalty. Why can't we do that? Why can't we be that team? We're not that team anymore. And the only time that I recall we actually did do a long corner kick in, we actually looked like we could have scored. It didn't fall to us in the end, but it was right in the mix of things. So why didn't we score it? Well, why didn't we score that, but why didn't we try it more? That's what I meant to say. And it feels like I'm saying the exact same thing over and over again. And I am. I hate that I am. But Arteta, I say this. I do say this. Thank you for everything that you've done, right? But right now, you owe every single Arsenal fan a public apology. And until we hear that apology, I'm not going to be convinced with you. Until I actually see you win something, I'm not going to be convinced. We've won a couple Community Shields. Great, amazing, hooray. What else have we won? We've won a single FA Cup, and it wasn't even his team. So I have to ask the question, why are we not winning anything anymore? Why is this Arsenal team that is apparently so much better than the Arsenal team that Arteta inherited? And it is absolutely better than the team that Arteta inherited. He built a great team, but he's not doing anything with it. What's the point in having this great team if we don't know what we're doing? And these are some serious conversations that need to be had now. What's going wrong with the team? Why is Arteta doing the exact same thing? What is the plan B for Arteta? Why doesn't Arteta have a plan B tactic? And I'll tell you why. It's because he's stubborn. He's stubborn and he's arrogant. And I can't stand this anymore. If we don't win anything in this Premier League, he's got to go. He's got to go. I don't care anymore. You've got the team for it. You've got no excuse to not go off and win a Premier League or a Champions League, or at least barest minimum an FA or Carabao Cup. And you've already fucked up the FA and Carabao Cup. And it doesn't feel like you're winning anything. Unless Man City go into a really poor form, unless they lose to Chelsea and Arsenal, then I expect us to win the Premier League. But it feels like now we should be going off, we should be getting good results, we should be winning these games. But it's the tactic that's ultimately making us fall short. Where's our counter-attack football? We are the worst counter-attacking football in the entire Premier League. Maybe even the entire Championship at this rate. And we have to hold that into account. But anyways, let's get into the player ratings now. And we're going to start off with Kepa. And I mean, Kepa, he had nothing to do with any of the goals conceded. It wasn't his fault. Oh, I don't think he did anything wrong, really. I'm going to give Kepa a 7. And I don't want to see anyone saying that this is Kepa's fault, because it's not. We played terribly. Ben White, absolutely piss poor performance. I can't believe what I just saw. It was terrible. That first goal was absolutely Ben White's fault. Ben White should have known better to where the ball was going. He has so much experience in those kind of situations, and you're telling me he can't tell that the ball's a bit over him. It's poor from Ben White. Ben White, I'm going to be harsh with it, actually. I'm giving him 5.5. Mascara, he made like one big mistake all game. And then he made one really good moment, actually. One really good moment with Mascara. He passed the ball straight over to an opponent, which thankfully Gabriel was there for. But at the same time, he also prevented us from conceding what was effectively more or less an open goal. Mascara, I'll give him a 6.5. Gabriel, I'll give him a 7. I don't need to explain that. He's probably our best defender that entire game. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think he did anything amazing, but he did show a bit of emphasis going forward. I'll give him that. 6.5. Odegaard. I thought Odegaard had a good game. I thought he did. I thought he looked more like the Odegaard that we've seen in past. More like the captain that we needed. Odegaard, I'm giving a 7. Norgard, decent from Norgard again. I think Norgard definitely did a bit more. Well, I wouldn't say definitely. I think he did more in the defence than a lot of our defenders did, actually. Norgard, I'll give him a 6.5. Only Gabriel had a better overall performance than him, at least in terms of defence. Gabriel Martinelli, yeah, he got around the defender quite a lot, but that's about it, really. 6.5. Kai Havertz, I can't recall much Kai Havertz. He got the assist, and that's about it. Kai Havertz, I'm going to give him a 6. Max Dalman is getting an 8, and he is my man of the match, and I don't think I need to explain that. He was our best player, our best attacker on the pitch. And there's Gabriel Jesus, who I do not recall doing anything whatsoever. He was absolutely silent. Gabriel Jesus, I'm giving a 5. But anyways, that is my match review for Southampton 2, Arsenal 1. Let me know what you think down below. Like, share, and comment, and please do subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you in the match preview of Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal. Goodbye for now.